Hey you guys, it's Peter and welcome to my channel, Peter Watches TV, where I watch all the TV shows and then I come over here and I react to them. And so if you like to watch TV shows and you like to talk about TV shows, why not come over here and hang out with me and let's talk about TV shows? I just got done filming my reaction to last week's episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters, the camel bite incident. And now I'm over here and I am going to react to Season 1, Episode 1 of the new TLC show, POLYFAM. I have received so many requests to watch the show and to react to the show. I already had it on my list. For those of you that do not know, I have an Instagram account completely dedicated to just all the shows I'm watching, my reactions, every day on my stories, whatever show I'm watching that night, I put up in my stories. So many people direct message me and say, have you watched this? Have you watched that? And like I add new shows and I'll say, oh, this is what I thought about it and whatever. And over there, so many people have reached out to me. So many people have put it in the comment section below. Peter, watch POLYFAM when it comes out. Watch POLYFAM. So I had watched the trailer for POLYFAM and I was like, oh, this is gonna be such a mess. So before I get into this, let me just read to you the TLC, the little synopsis for the show. So TLC put out, two married couples navigate living together and raising kids as a closed quad in their unique and non-traditional family structure. So when you just Google search POLYFAM, what comes up is POLYFAM refers to a family unit formed by individuals in a polyamorous relationship. It's a term used to describe a group of people who consider each other as family, often including the children and members within the group. TLC's reality show POLYFAMILY is a good example, focusing on two couples living together and raising their children as a closed quad, which is how they identify themselves in the show. Polyamory, this is the definitions of these, involves having multiple romantic relationships with the consent and knowledge of all involved partners. Closed quad is a specific type of polyamorous relationship where four people are in a romantic relationship with each other, often living together and raising children collectively. Family structure. Polyfamilies can have various structures, including triads, three people, relationships with one person as the core of multiple relationships, and other configurations. And then it talks about TLC's POLYFAMILY. The reality show POLYFAMILY on TLC showcases two married couples who have formed a close quad, navigating the complexities of living together, raising 5 children, and maintaining their romantic relationships. Now, I have to be honest with you, I didn't really know, I guess it's called POLYFAMILY, not POLYFAM. POLYFAM would have been better. But anyway, nobody asked me. Nobody asked me. I didn't really know what to think about it when I started watching this, and I do have extensive notes on it, so I'll get into my notes just in a second, like I do with Sister Wives, 1,000-Pound Sisters, all the reality shows I always take notes on. I didn't really know what to expect. What I will say is this, okay? So it's about these two couples, and it is, now I don't even know who's with who. Hold on a second. It's Sean, and Taya is his wife, and then Alicia is his girlfriend. And then Tyler and Alicia is his wife. And Taya, I don't know, is his girlfriend. And Taya is pregnant, okay? But she doesn't know whose baby. It could be either man. Because they switch rooms every night. Every night they switch rooms, okay? Which gave me images of remembrances of early seasons of Sister Wives when Cody Brown would go from house to house to house to house. Okay, which brings me to this next thought that I have, is that all these people are speculating about what's going to be the next Sister Wives, okay? We're not even sure if there's going to be a season 20 of Sister Wives, but if there is a season 20, I think most people are guessing it'll probably be the last season, or they're going to shut it down with season 19. People are speculating that they've seen Mary filming, they've seen Christine filming, but the reality is they could have been filming for season 19 that they're on right now. So if that's the case, everybody's going to be looking for what's the next messy TV show, the next messy reality show. Now, I watch a lot of reality shows. I watch all the Housewives. I'm watching Vanderpump Villa, The Valley. I mean, I watch Love After Lockup. Oh my God, those reactions are coming. Because my friend Nikki and I, we are currently watching season 6, which is the one that's out right now every Friday. But we are also binge watching season 4, and I've already previously watched season 5. I've watched one season of Life After Lockup. I've never watched Love During Lockup. So when I get done with season 4, I'm going to go back and I'm going to start from the very beginning with season 1 and binge watch it and do reactions. But I am going to be reacting to season 4 and season 6 in the next couple days. But I had to get these two out because POLYFAMILY and 1,000-Pound Sisters are on again tonight. So I had to make sure I got these out. But anyway, everybody's kind of like wondering what's going to be the next replacement show that everybody gets obsessed with. I'm telling you right now, after watching an hour of the shit show that is POLYFAMILY, this show is so messy. It's going to be so drama. And I'm telling you right now, it has elements that remind me of Sister Wives. It is going to be, I mean, the speculations, the drama, the blogs that are going to come out of this, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the next reality show that people are watching and covering and reacting to, and TikToks are made and everybody's talking. I'm telling you right now, okay? Give it a couple episodes, it's going to be the show. Because it is so messy from the beginning, okay? You got Sean and Tyler that are the two husbands, and they do not like each other, okay? Sean says that if he and Tyler were not in this relationship, or they were in relationships with each other's wives and in a polyamorous, close quad relationship and raising each other's kids and co-parenting together and they live together, they would not be friends. And they have this huge blowout on episode 1, okay? Alicia and Taya, or Taya, I don't care, or Taya, I think, they get along, but you find out later in the episode, they've had to work really, really hard on their relationship, which gives very much vibes of like Mary and Janelle from Sister Wives, okay? Then they swap rooms every night, which reminds me of Cody Brown. They all make all these excuses for what happens, but when it shows behind the scenes, like Alicia is jealous of Taya because her family's really accepting of it, and she feels like Sean is more physically attracted to Taya than it's already so messy, you guys. I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on this show. This show is going to be the show to watch. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's going to be one season, one and done. Unless his family bows out and says we're not doing it anymore. It is so messy. So let's get into it. And I am so excited to have a new show to react to. By the way, I will be reacting to every episode of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is coming out at the end of this month on Hulu. Okay, so we have Sean, and he's like the bald guy, and Taya is his wife, and Alicia is his girlfriend, okay? Then we have Tyler. He's the bearded guy, and Alicia is his wife, and she's the blonde one. Taya is the dark-haired one, and Taya is his girlfriend, and they are a closed quad, which means they're only married and they only date within themselves. They show a trailer for later in the season, and Taya comes out and says that she has feelings for somebody else, and it's a woman, okay? And so they show that, and then it's this huge conversation where they're like, are you sure you have feelings? We're a closed quad. It's just going to be this big deal, right? Tyler and Alicia have 2 children, okay? And then they've had 2 more children, okay? But they don't know who the fathers are of the 2 youngest children. So they have 4 children right now in the family. And once they got together, like, everybody parents these kids, okay? That's a problem on its own. Because Tyler doesn't like Sean parenting his kids, even though they agreed to parent all the kids together. Anyway, but they don't know who the father of the youngest 2 are. And now Taya, in the first episode, she's going to be induced. So every part of the episode is like 3 days till induction, 2 days till induction, 1 day till induction, and then the episode ends with her going to the hospital to be induced into labor. Okay. So then it shows that Tyler and Alicia have been married for 11 years. They met in college. They do like this house tour kind of thing. They go into each other's bedrooms. Unlike Sister Wives, they all kiss each other. Okay. Well, not the husbands or the wives, but like they kiss, like, you know, like Tyler will kiss Alicia, then kiss Taya. Sean, they kiss each other. Okay. So anyway, they're a family and they have a home together, they describe themselves as, and they have built a family together and they built a home together, and it's not just about sexy time. Which is interesting because they talk a lot about sexy time. They talk about how they met on a swingers app and that they were driving down there every weekend to do the sexy times. And that's when Sean was like, listen, we ain't fucking driving no more. We're just going to like all live together so we can do sexy times all the time. Tyler talks about how he and Taya have a lot of sex, so the baby is probably his, insinuating that Sean and Taya don't have a lot of sex. Alicia ain't having a lot of sex with nobody. It kind of comes out in the episode. I feel kind of bad for the Alicia girl. But anyway, so it isn't about sexy time, but it is kind of about sexy time a little bit too. Then it goes in, Taya and Sean. He is definitely the like alpha male running this household. I'm telling you right now, they say there's no leader in this house. Sean's running this house. Sean is the alpha male. He is running this house. What he says goes 100%. You can tell it from scene 1. He and Taya have been married for 6 years. I think she worked for him or something like that. So the way it works is that the women have their own bedrooms, and the men are monogamous with their pillows. They take their pillows from bedroom to bedroom. The men are not intimate with each other, okay? And Taya is pansexual. And then they have this conversation about where they say, have the women ever been, like, intimate with each other? And the women are like, oh, no, we never have. And then Sean's like, yes, you have. And so they go in and talk about how, well, yeah, we have. And so I'm like, oh, episode 1, you're already lying about that. Well, I'm living for the lies already. Okay, keep your lies straight. I'm living for it. Messy. Tyler and Alicia were swingers first, and then they matched on this app. I mean, I think this sounds like love, don't you? They matched on this app. I'm trying not to listen. You got to watch one of these shows. You just got to buy into it. You know what I mean? It's like Sister Wives. But this is the thing about it when you compare it to Sister Wives, is that when I started watching Sister Wives, I was like, this is fucked, okay? This having 3, 4 wives and Cody going, it was fucked. But I was like, I bought into it because they sold it to us, okay? So I'm watching this and I'm like, there's no way I could do this, right? But I'm trying to be like, don't judge, just go and watch the show. And here they are selling us how sweet it is and all this kind of stuff. But see, I think TLC done learned with Sister Wives, okay? And so I think they're going into this, or is it Max that does Sister Wives? I can't remember. But anyway, I think they're going into this and they're just like, we're going to show you all the shit from the beginning, okay? But they already are getting caught up in their lies and being messy and all this kind of stuff. So they match with Sean and Taya on the app. Started as a hookup, then feelings developed. And at this point, I'm like, I'm so confused. I can't even keep the names straight. And the girls' names and the kids' names, and the kids are running around and having peanut butter sandwiches. And I'm so confused. I'm like, another show with some Brishas and Trishas and Pillows and Chantels. And I'm so confused. The girl's name is Raisha or Raina or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm surprised they show the kids so much in this, because it does give you sexy time vibes when you're watching it. They're like, hey, we met on a swingers app. And then the girl's sitting there eating her breakfast cereal before she goes to school. Anyway, but which is funny because later she gets grounded for lying. I think both of the wives should get grounded for lying about saying they never did it. And then Sean called them out. Sean's like, so big, we don't lie. You get grounded for lying. I think the wives should be grounded for lying. I don't think they should be able to hook up with either of the husbands. The husbands should have to sit out there and talk to each other because they hate each other, okay? And the wives should be grounded for lying because he's so big on the line. But they were driving down every weekend, and Sean said we should just move in with each other. Then they show the kids. The oldest kids are Raina and Dylan. Hey, I'm just sharing. They showed them on there and interviewed them and everything. So they're part of the show. And then the younger 2 kids that we don't know whose dads they are Barrett and Carver. And they were worried about the kids getting bullied. And as they get older, they'll have more conversations with the kids. But they just kind of explain that we're all just one big family. And of course, the kids have no questions about it, because why would kids have any questions about it when kids have 9 million questions about shit? What's that, Mom? What's that? What does that do, Mom? What's that? What kind of cereal is that? Is that milk, Mom? What's that? Are we going outside? Why would kids have any questions about that? Why would kids, I mean, give me a fucking break. Anyway, so then they had 2 when they got together. Taya's pregnant again. All of them fell in love with the kids, and so they're raising the kids together. And they talk about the strengths of polyamory. And at this point, I said, I feel like I'm watching season 1 of Sister Wives, where they're trying to sell us this weirdo idea. And I'm not, listen, do you, okay? But when you're watching it and the men hate each other and this whole living situation don't work, and they're trying to act like it does, it's weird, okay? It's weird that the men hate each other. The one woman's so jealous of the other woman, and her husband's running the show, and the wife's running the show, and the other couple just is like, oh, I guess we'll just be doormats and do what everybody tells us to do, and we can't even raise our own kids. I mean, listen, I think you need to move out of the house and go match with another couple, because none of them like each other. It's weird to me. Then they go in about Taya's pregnant. They don't know who the father of the younger boys are. They keep on talking about all this kind of stuff. They said it seemed like a weird concept at first, but it doesn't really matter if they know who the biological dads are or not. It doesn't want to matter. If the boys want to know later, then they'll do a genetics test. Now, you find out later in the season, they do a blood test, okay, to find out the type of blood they have, and that they didn't realize that would identify who the dad is. So that comes out later. Tyler says it's good that we don't know who the biological father is, because it could cause feelings of jealousy and hurt. Then it goes in and talks about the guy's relationship. They live together. They have mutual partners. They parent together. But Sean says if they weren't in this situation, they probably wouldn't be friends. And Sean says this, but Tyler kind of seems hurt by this. First of all, okay, you're a polyfamily, and I know families don't have to get together, but you're a family of choice. You've chosen to be a family together. And the two main men don't get along at all as friends. Now, we already saw how this played out on Sister Wives, okay? We have the four wives not getting along, blaming Cody Brown, and now it's just Cody and Robin at the end, and he doesn't find his soulmate, okay? And we already know how this has already worked out. I kind of see etchings of that already in polyfamily. Did anybody else catch on to that? And it's like they try to be like the men hate each other, but it's like, hey, we're all good. We parent together. No, you don't parent together very well, because we saw that in this episode. The women go to get a mani-pedi. The woman that's doing their mani-pedi is laughing at them the whole time because they're talking about, whose bedroom are you in tonight? Oh, she's like, you all are crazy. And they talk about how they have complicated relationships. They're like sisters and they love each other, but they have issues. I'm like, oh, here we go again. Alicia is sensitive, Taya says. And they're talking about what night they're with what partner. And they ask them, do they ever want to be with that guy? And they say sometimes they want to be with a different guy, like if they're in a bad mood or something. Then they're talking about how Tyler has a thin upper lip and that because of his beard, he has to, what's the word she uses? He has to, he has to pucker. He has to pucker his lips so they can kiss. Alicia was concerned that her partner would like Taya more, and she was scared about that. Tyler and Taya's love language is touch, and Alicia had a lot of curiosity about Tyler's feelings at first because she's very competitive. They're both, so these women, you can tell it's jealousy central. Taya says that Alicia doesn't want to be kinky, and it's hard for Alicia to hear about their sex life because it hurts, and Alicia cries. Alicia cries pretty much the entire episode. Anything comes up about the relationship, family supporting them, the kids, sex. Alicia don't want to be in this relationship. I don't know why she's in this relationship. Okay, now it's 3 days to the induction. Taya and Tyler are building this bassinet. They're talking about how their physical touch is very compatible. Tyler's emotional and Sean is not. The balance is necessary. They had to give the priority to the partner if they wanted to be in the relationship. So if their partner didn't want to be in the relationship, they wouldn't be in the relationship. Tyler and Alicia don't seem like either one of them want to be in a relationship, as far as I'm concerned. Sean and Alicia are grocery shopping. They're both the organizers of the family. They're both type A personalities. Their love language is picking on each other. So you got one couple over here that their love language is fucking, and you got one love language that's picking on each other. Y'all think this is going to work? I don't think it's going to work. They've been together 2 years, okay? Or maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know, but I don't think it's going to work, all right? But I think it's going to make for a great fucking TV show. Then they go out to a bar, and they're with their friends, and Taya's mom. And her mom's very supportive, but she had a lot of questions at first. She just didn't want anybody to get hurt. Alicia says they lost a lot of relationships when they first got together, and that they explained things. She didn't have a relationship with her dad or stepmom. They don't agree with it. They don't support her. A lot of people have stepped away. They still feel uncomfortable meeting new people because every time they do, the people always ask them about, like, what's this situation you're in? We're confusion about it. Taya's mom talks about finding out, and that they say that people talk about their backs all the time, but they'll never say it to their faces. Then they're worried about how the hospital, when Taya goes in for the induction, will treat them. Like if they'll treat them as like a family of equals, or who will be able to go into the room. Now, during the lockdown, so I guess they've been together for probably 5 or 6 years. During the lockdown, Alicia couldn't go into the delivery room with Taya because she had to stay at home. So she's the first choice for it, for the delivery room. I'm like sitting here watching it like this. I'm already like halfway through the first episode, and I'm like, I'm sad. I'm sad already for this family, okay? I'm like, listen, I might as well just build me a little cottage. I don't want to be part of this family, but I will sit on my front porch and judge all day long, okay, baby? I will sit on my front porch and judge all day long. So then they're at home again. It's one day till Alicia's talking about envy of Taya's supportive family. Alicia's pissed about everything, and I kind of don't blame her, honestly. I feel bad for her. Taya's always like, yeah, like, they all kind of like me. It's kind of how she acts. They're at home. Alicia's crying about nobody likes her or something like that. Her dad don't want. I mean, it's sad, but you chose this life. Oh, they're at the table, and Raina is grounded because she went to lie, and she's like, okay. And then Tyler gets pissed because he wanted to just talk to his kids, and then Sean's like, but we have to stick to the grounding because they lied, and we don't tolerate lying. Unless it's our wives lying about licking each other or something like, I mean, I don't know. Okay, that's apparently okay lying, but then the kids can't lie. Tyler's pissed. He said it's awkward with them. They don't really spend time together. He says he doesn't like how it went with the grounding. Sean says that they have to stay on task, and Tyler's part of that. And Tyler and Raina weren't staying on task, and Tyler's like, I don't need somebody to father me and be my dad and all this kind of stuff. And they all decided they were going to parent together. They all made that decision. Sean says they're not really that close. They'll never be best friends. That's not their focus. Their focus is parenting together. Then it shows Tyler and Alicia, and she's doing this earwax treatment with the camera and taking pictures of his earwax. And he starts going off and saying he's pissed at Sean for parenting his kids. Oh, he says at one point, he goes, my kids instead of our kids, and it causes this huge thing, you know, because it's all their kids now, right? And then Alicia's not saying anything because she don't want to get involved. Ty and her don't want to get involved at all between Tyler and whatever. And he goes, I'll just bottle it up and deal with it later. Sean and Ty are talking about the disagreement, and he says Tyler doesn't know the whole story because he works too much. He's never at home. And I don't see none of the rest of them work except for Tyler. He's the only one that leaves to go to work. So Taya doesn't like having tension. She encourages them. She says that the men encourage the women to have to work through their problems and get along, that Sean and Tyler need to work their problems. And Sean's like, no, we don't need to do all that. So we can already see this is another very male-dominated, misogynistic relationship family that we have here, okay? Just very similar to Sister Wives. Then they're going to the hospital. This is how it ends for the induction. And Sean wants to get the conflict out of the way. Tyler says he is the least confrontational of the four, and he don't want to have no fighting. Sean and Taya I don't know, are going to the hospital. They have wanted kids for a long time, so it doesn't matter who the biological father is. Taya is nervous about the induction, and that's how it ended. And then it showed the season trailer, and it is messy, you all. This is going to be the messiest show. I cannot wait. I'm sat for this season of the show. So listen, you need to watch POLYFAMILY. It is on TLC. You can also watch it on Max, I think after it airs that night. And it was really good. It was really good. I don't know what to think. I kind of like, it's weird who I lean to. Because like Alicia, I feel really kind of bad for. And Tyler seems like a really nice guy. Taya and Sean, I don't really care for that much. They just seem very non-emotional to me. I don't know. And I don't know. I kind of feel for Tyler and Alicia a little bit. But that could change. That could change. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.